The interesting part about this is I was really tossing on the idea of should I cover or even watch season 2 of The Boys? Because I wasn't a fan of season 1, to be frank. I was like, okay, this is what everybody's talking about? Okay, I done like this and this and this. But I thought, you know what, I'll cover it, I'll at least watch season 2, give you guys my thoughts and all that kind of stuff. See if it has a point, just because people have been talking about season 2 and going, oh my god, The Boys, right? So I just checked the first 3 episodes because that's the only available. Amazon released the first 3 and then it's week by week. 1 episode week by week of a collection at 8. And I checked it out and it is better. So far it's a better season than season 1. It's absolutely better. There's so well done counter moments and so well done this and so well that. But there's certain moments in it that I'm like a little bit. It's definitely with certain characters. For me, it's good, but it's not great. You know, there's certain moments of characters, even if you understand why, that you're still at the point where you're like climbing a fucking river. Like the stuff with Hugh and him going all like, hey, you know, going all butcher. It's like, dude, you could leave any time. You could have leave any time. It's just you decide to stick around. So don't bitch about this whole thing of like, hey, we want the criminals. It's all because of you, Butcher, and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, you know, really? Because all he is a sourpuss, you know, looking at this like Billy Joel music video. And I'm like, nah, okay. I mean, there's a point where he's just, you know, spoiler alerts here. This is going to be heavily spoiled because it's a week, you know, old. It's a week long episode. There's this point where these characters are inside a well because, you know, if you've seen the clip, they got a boat and went into a well, so they're inside the well, and him just like standing there and just acting like a baby, like a child. Really, I was like, just get over it. I mean, I understand. So if I was inside the intestines of a whale, I would be acting the same way. But if because of it, it's kind of just leaning it on. It's just kind of like, okay, can we move on with it? Because here's the stuff. All the stuff thing with the 7 is fantastic. It's absolutely fantastic, minus the deep. I don't care about the deep. Is it because the whole rapist part? Yeah. Seriously. First thing first, the talking gills part, yeah, that, I was like, this is stupid. This is not Doom Patrol, where you are expecting those super weird stuff. Him having a heart talk with his gills, I was like, this is stupid and doesn't make sense and probably doesn't fit in the context of the show, really. Again, he's trying to be hallucinated and trying to have this and that and all that, and I just like don't care. But those are, he is, once again, he has body image problems, so he's going to do the stuff he did in season 1. Like, he's going to forcibly have the new girl, which was Starlight, to give him oral sex. Just because he is like, oh my gills. Really? I get you trying to challenge me here. Which is like, hey, here's a character who has done despicable things. But let us try to understand. Let you have some kind of sympathy with him. I have no zero sympathy. I have no zero sympathy. I'm like, yeah, lose your mind, please. Kick him out of the 7. You know? It's just, I just don't care. Now, the new stuff, the stuff I really enjoy is the stuff done with Homelander. Him doing with his son, and him kind of, in a way, him kind of realizing that the things that were important and what he found was important, and him being at the place of it, like he's the leader of the 7 and he has a son and all this kind of stuff, and he's the ruler, he's the goddamn Superman of this universe, for God's sakes, right? He's having this anonymity that he can do what the fuck he wants, and then all of it is getting swicked away. You know, he's like, I'm trying to connect to his son, and his son has powers, but the way he's doing it is just like he sees love, but he's just being terrified because all he's doing is chucking he's doing the bird thing where it's like, oh, you can fly, I'll just push you off this ledge, off the roof of the house. I mean, it's to the point it's very abusive and all that, and you understood he thinks he's the good guy. He thinks he's doing what's right, and all that, and the questionality and the certain things dealing with a new character, which I will talk about. Him, all the things that basically his life is getting changed, his life getting shifted, and I'm like, this is very fascinating. And last season, I was like, okay, Homelander, he says that he's a dick, but I don't understand why he's like the evil Superman thing. Yeah, the moment he smashed some guy's eardrums, who's blind, who's like a Daredevil type character, just because he's a cripple. He's evil, but he's not as evil as this new character named called Stormfront. And at the beginning, Stormfront, I was like, I like her. I was like, she's this like character who's very who's kind of challenging things, how things are evoke, how things are. How she's kind of saying whatever she wants. So like, I like this line that she says in when this producer is pitching this movie, the Seven movie, Dawn of the Seven, or wink wink, if you hint, BBS kind of Dawn of Justice, but Dawn of the Seven, and her line, the line that Stormfront says, and she says, so why are the women dumb bitches or Michael Bay fuck sluts? Why is that? And I'm like, that, she is saying things that people are not saying, and it's like, okay, I like how this is going. But then the last like 10 minutes happen, and I'm like, this bitch needs to go. I mean, she's like slaughtering a opponent. Like, the idea of she is chasing two people, and logically she can just like fly. That's the thing, like, right? She can just fly up to the rooftop and and deal with the stuff there. But no, she is just walking like the Terminator and just blasting like and taking care of 4 unit blocks, slaughtering people, and then she just whips someone's arms apart because wrists apart, bones popping out and all that, because this person that has the ability to move things, and the way they do it is put their hands. She's a racist. She's racist, and her doing the whole open your eyes. I love when they I love it. I love the look of how they died. Like, she's about to bloody climax over the death, the killing that she has hit. I am like, Homelander, I thought you were bad. Like, I thought it's like, geez, I thought people thought you were bad. She's worse. This chick's worse. I was absolutely godsmacked by it. To the point I'm like, give me episode 4. Like, I'm not at this point where I'm like, oh my god, I need to watch episode 4 now. But I'm like, I'm on board. I'm on board with the season. And, I mean, hell, this show's getting season 3 already. So it's kind of that mindset of things. So, yeah, surprisingly, outside the things I don't care about, I'm on board. I'm on board.